Welcome to the Way She Leads podcast. I am so excited that you are here. This podcast is created for high achieving, curious women who really just sense that there's something greater, there's something better for them, and that you're not alone. And there are different ways to do things and still have this very successful life, but do it with more ease and more joy and more presence. So I listen to a lot of podcasts. I read a ton of books, and there are podcasts out there on leadership and organizational design and ensuring that systems are set up so that humans can thrive. There's podcasts on manifestation and using your intuition. And then there's podcasts on feminine energy and feminine archetypes. And I don't see, though, a podcast that's bringing all of these things together and integrating them so that you can live a life where you show up fully in your purpose and you make this great impact at work. And you're also using your feminine gifts of intuition and wisdom in order to achieve that. And you are doing it without pushing and proving so that you can make your impact, have a ton of success there, and still go home and have enough energy to do the things you love, to be present for the people you love. We're here to integrate all these different principles because you don't need another strategy. You don't need another time management course. You know how to do the hard things. You've proven to yourself that you can figure things out, that you can manage your career. And yet, if it feels exhausting, if it feels empty, you are in the right place. And I know this intimately because this was me several years ago. And my big aha moment was that I was on a leadership retreat. It was a gorgeous day outside. There was a steel drum band playing. There were amazing executive chefs on site. We had two wonderful yoga teachers leading us through some really deep discussion and supporting our strategic planning. And then we were asked to go journal in the woods. And as I'm journaling, my heart is pounding in my chest. And I didn't know what it was. And I didn't have any words for what was happening to me. But I knew that something was seriously wrong and that something needed to change. And so coming out of that retreat, I went through a process of looking inward of how did I get here? And it was also filled with a lot of shame of I'm so smart and I went to all these schools and I have all these degrees and I've built this career and I have this amazing family. And why do I feel like this? Why does this feel so hard? And then through a whole bunch of different practices from moving from my career as a corporate leader to a transformational coach. That is what this podcast is about. How do we slow down? How do we hear from experts and other real leaders about how we can integrate our full lives that really help us still show up with a lot of purpose and help us show up with clarity and confidence and helps us expand our capacity in order to deal with what is and really just navigate from what is without making ourselves the problem, without needing to fix it, without telling ourselves that we need to just have more discipline or be up at 5 a.m. every day. And so we are here to have real conversations to help you show up more authentically, more aligned, and with more aliveness. Welcome in.